Whew, are we even done yet? Let's keep going. This is part 5. We're going to tackle these 3 elements here: the birds, the tree, and the sun. And believe it or not, we're close to done. If you go to your working document, I gave you a text layer with this stuff on it. You can turn it on if you want. It should be at the top of your layer stack. If it's not, just grab it and move it all the way up. But we are starting to take shape a little bit now. And look at how clean our layers are. This is what clean layer management looks like. And I have no room to talk because I'm horrible at it. But even as you can tell, these waves look a little bit better than before. A little bit more volume. The drop shadows help quite a bit. And things are sort of starting to look good. Let's fill out the rest of this. The rest of this stuff is, quite honestly, it's just a bunch of filler. All right. I gave you 3 brushes, so let's just load all 3 of these brushes. We're going to probably select a color off this background, which we'll paint with. So go in here. Let's go to brushes. Hit a B key, B for brushes, and click your little brush guy right up there. This guy, click, and bring up our brush palette. I'm going to pull mine out and make it a lot larger so I can see it. Collapse that a little bit. Do I have any of these brushes loaded? I do have one of those brushes loaded. But we can load them twice. It doesn't matter. Okay, so to load brushes, let's. Oh, it really doesn't like that, does it? I kind of don't like the zoom tool now. Up here in the top corner, up here, there's a whirligig. Oh man, that sucks. All right, I officially don't like the zoom tool. Up here in the top corner, right there, there's a little gear. You can barely see it. It's called a whirligig. Click that guy, and we are going to import brushes. It's going towards the bottom there, okay? We're going to import those brushes I gave you. I gave you 3 brushes, and let me go find them. Where did I put those brushes? Oh, yes. Photos, I got to go find them. Group 9, red card. Brushes. It says brushes right there. There's one called 8 Suns. I've given that to you already, maybe this semester. There's one called Birds of a Feather, and there's one called Trees by Horhue. I don't know who those guys are. You can grab all 3 of those, select all 3 of them, and hit open, and it is going to load them into your palette. And there they are right there. Oh, you suck. They'll be at the very bottom. They'll be the last brushes you loaded. All right, so where do you want to start? Let's start with the trees. We're going to put in some palm trees here. So let's pick a color, and we're going to, believe it or not, we're going to use this brown that's right there. We're going to, or whatever, that rust. Okay. So let's click our color sampler over here on the left, our foreground color, right, and use the eyedropper tool and just pick that brown right there. That's what we're going to use, and that should be your foreground color now, right there. I'll do it again. Click the color right there, the eyedropper, click, and hit OK. Perfect. All right, so now let's go to brushes again. B, if you're not already there. Hit our palette down up top there and pull down Trees by Horhue. And if you scroll through these trees, you're going to find there's quite a few palm trees here. And there's a set of triples. It's 744. If you're not seeing your brush tips, go back up to the whirligig up there at the top and hit brush name, brush stroke, and brush tip. And that's kind of what you're seeing with mine. That's why I can see everything here. So turn all 3 of those on. Make sure there's a check mark next to all 3 of those. And I'm going to grab 744 and go back to my document here. And I need to put it on a layer. So I'm going to start a brand new layer right above. Actually, you know what? Let's put it behind the circles, right above the background elements. Brand new layer. And now with my brush, and make sure I selected that tree. I didn't. There it is. And I am going to size this tree up a lot. Quite a bit. And with brown as that color, and on my new layer that I just made, I am going to click, and that's what I'm going to get. And now that I look at it, that is going to work. So let's drag that layer behind the waves. There we go. So that's kind of what it looks like now. Waves, and then you'll have your trees, and then you'll have your plate. In fact, let's name that layer trees. All right. Now it's a little bit obnoxious. I'm going to turn the opacity for that layer down. It's really more of a afterthought, say to 50%. That might be too light. How about 60%? All right. So my trees layer is underneath my waves, and it's down to 60% opacity. And it's really, like I said, it's more of an afterthought than it is really. Now we're just being a little bit graphic arty and showing off a little bit. But that's no big deal. Who cares? We're having fun. All right, let's do the birds now. New layer above the trees or below the trees, it doesn't matter. And because we're going to do the exact same thing, I'm going to call this birds, right? And there's the layer right there, birds. And let's go back to brush, B for brush, or go grab your brush tool right there. Right there, there's your brush tool. And we're going to click on this guy up here again, and we're going to go, instead of trees, we're going to go to that birds of a feather folder. And quite honestly, what I'm really looking for is a lot of birds that are tiny. I don't really think you want a pterodactyl. So let me grab something small, maybe 242. Let's see what that looks like. That's not going to do anything for me because I picked the wrong one. Maybe I'm going to size it up just a little bit. How about, yeah, that's not bad. 242. I'm just going to click right there, and maybe I'll put one down here somewhere. So there's a couple sets of birds now. That's not too bad. I'm not even going to turn that down. That's a good brush at that color. All right, not too bad, right? All right, now let's put in that big sun element back there, our setting. We have that setting sun back there. You can kind of see what mine's starting to look like. And yours is kind of starting to look pretty cool too. So let's add right underneath the trees and above the plate one more layer, and let's call it sun. There it is. Here I'll show you my layers. Waves, birds, and trees, and sun. Everything's behind the waves. All right, so that sun layer. And let's go back to brush, B, right? And why didn't we go? Oh, because I'm not in the deal. That's why, doy. B. And then go grab our 8 suns brush now. And we're going to grab 2492. That's kind of that sun setting one. And I'm going to size it down quite a bit. And not only am I going to size it down, I'm going to reverse my colors here because I want it to be white. And I kind of want it just to look kind of like a sun is setting back there. That's kind of cool, right? You could put it in a few different places, actually. No, I don't want to make it too big. Let's put it about right here. And that kind of completes our triad or our quad section of circles here. And maybe I have to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's do that. I like it behind the birds. All right. There you go. Looking pretty cool. We are really close to being done here. We have 2 more things to add. If we look at our sample now, by the way, you should have this. This is looking pretty good. Actually, I'm kind of better than the one I made before. This one sucks. All right, this Go Honolulu logo. Let's put that in. I didn't give you this little string tag. Don't worry about that. I didn't give it to you. It's incidental. But I do have this little logo I made. So let's pop that in and file open, and let's see if we can find where is it in graphics? Yeah, it's a PSD. It's that little guy right there. All right, it's got the little badge on it and everything. It says sticker PSD. I think that's the one I wanted, right? Yeah, don't resolve the font. Don't worry about it. Don't resolve. It's looking for a font that's not there. It's okay. This will work perfectly fine. I'm going to drag it across here. Let me look at my sample real quick. Is that the one I wanted? I guess it is. Okay. Whatever. All right. It's all on... it's in a group. There's probably a bunch of things in here. Yeah, there's a bunch of crap in here. It's in a group. So let's just drag the group across. We can steal a group. Hold on your shift key and drag it across. And there it is. You're going to probably want this, though, above the circles. All right? Now, when you're doing stuff like this, when you're moving groups and top of groups, make sure you don't put it inside another group. It has to be outside the group. So be careful. There you go. So I have it above my circles, that little sticker right there. And I'm going to close it out now. I don't need it anymore. So yeah, you're still a group too. Don't save. And you can also free transform a group, which is what we're going to do. Command T. Okay, so it's going to turn off some stuff. And then I'm going to sort of have it tucked underneath there. Let's look at the sample. Yeah, I kind of have it tucked underneath here. Let me try that. Yeah, I know. So let's see. I'm holding down my shift key, and then I'm rotating it with the same tool. You can see the arrows turn to a rotate tool. And I'm just going to rotate it a little bit and see if I can tuck it underneath this text a little bit. If it hangs off the page, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't want it to get too extreme. Maybe right about there. Okay, that's not too bad. Ish. Pretty good stuff. Awesome. We're almost done, everybody. Although if you look at mine has a pretty hard drop shadow on it. So let's do that. Make sure you're in the move tool first. Go up to the top there and make sure you're in the move tool, because we'll have to move the shadow around. And let's put a shadow on that group, the sticker group. Click over here somewhere in the gray area. And let's hit a drop shadow. Ooh, not bad. It's going to use the drop shadow we made earlier. And go to that, drop shadow. Global light. Use global light should be off, right? And I'm actually going to reach in here and just grab it and pull. Yeah, that's not exactly a bad spot for it. I'm going to pull it a little bit further away. I kind of thought maybe I wanted it to fall over this, which I guess I could. Yeah, we could do that. Either way, that's all style at that point. Find out a place where you like it. Here's my settings for that. They were the settings from the drop shadow we used earlier for the waves. So same settings, 50, multiply, distance, spread, and the size is a little bit softer because it's further away. All right, so not too bad. Like I said, you could even skip it. I probably could have. All right, you should have something that looks remarkably. I'm going to hide this. Wait, let's not hide that, because we're going to need that. You should have something that looks remarkably close to this, everybody. I'm so proud of you. Get mine back. Jeez. Moving crap all over the place. Here we go. Now, there's a gradient on that. That's why that one looks different from that one. Okay, so you should have something remarkably close to this. I don't like the way this drop shadow doesn't fall on top of this one, so maybe adding the drop shadow to the group doesn't work. It's kind of a taste thing. I'd have to think about it. All right, everybody, here's what I want you to complete, and then you're going to turn this into me. I want you to add these bullet points over here from the left side, right, on yours. Put them over there. So the zip lining, and if you want to make up some more of your own, go crazy. So give me some more bullet points here. I'm seeing how well you're listening. Also, I need to have a fake website, fake phone number at the bottom, okay? So complete this whole thing. Give me this text element over here on yours. Give me this text on the bottom on yours. And I want you to turn this in to me in a JPEG format. You will submit it to the folder where you got these graphics from, okay? If you have any questions, there's a discussion group that I've made where you can ask me and your fellow classmates any questions if you're having trouble with something. Everybody is here to help each other. We are in a time of helping. Who knows how this is going to go, and if there's anything I can have done to make this even a little less more painful, by all means, please let me know. I'm here to help you. I think I'm done talking. You get to work and have a good day. I look forward to seeing this. I do want to add, though, this is how I'm going to count your attendance. So turn this in. I will talk to you soon. Have a good day.